Get on, campers, out for another hike today, and we are, I say we, because there's two of us. Look, there he is again, look. It's Ash, Westcountry Wild Camping. So me and Ash are out today, bit of a last minute change of plans, so Ash is coming along. We're off to Tour, which is just over here, and then we're on to Tour and Tour, with a little visit to Tour Quarry. It is an extremely windy day today. We've got winds of 28 miles an hour with gusts of around 48. So we're in for a bit of a treat tonight. I'm going to put the Lanshan through its paces, and Ash has got himself a new tent as well. What you got, Ash?
Fjallraven Abisko Light 1.
And this is your first time sleeping in it?
First time pitching it.
You haven't pitched it yet? He hasn't even pitched it in the garden yet. This could be great fun. So yeah, I've got my Lanshan 1 Plus again. Ash has got his his new tent. I've also got a new sleep mat to try out today as well. I'll save that one for later. But a little clue into that one is it's a R value of 5.2 and costs barely over 100 quid. So it's a nice little mat at a great price. Also got a couple of other little bits of gear to try out for the first time today. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a river crossing up here. Nothing too bad. Now, I have crossed here before, but I got my feet a bit damp because this is deeper than it looks and further to jump than it looks. Beautiful spot though. Way windy. Right, so I was clued in last time I was up this way by a gentleman who says that just up here there's a little bridge, so we're going to use that one to cross because we're smart. Apparently it's about 15 metres up here. Oh yeah, I can see it's just up there. Are you going to jump it, Ash? Jump it. Do you want to throw your bag over first? I'm recording this because this could be highly amusing. Oh! Nearly in the puddle. Go on then, Ash. Hey! Ash! You left something behind. Oh, fucking hell. Catch. Oh, I'm going to use the bridge. I'll fall in, especially since I just recorded him jumping over it. It'll be just my karma for hoping that he was going to fall, so that I could have a brilliant little blooper there that I would be the one to fall in. This wind is no joke at all. We've got a beautiful sunny day, but this wind coming in from the east is really strong and really bloody cold. Oh. Here we go, bridge time. There we go, let's walk around and catch up with that. Oh, bit of calm in the wind. That was easy enough. Sorted, back on track. I got a moment of peace from the wind We're just making our way to Hucking Tor. We've got a stunning view up here from around the Merivale area, around Barn Hill, Cox Tor, Staple Tours, Vixen Tor. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, there's the wind again. Bloody hell. I've got this fear that I've got snot all running down my face and everything. Haven't I? No, I don't think I have. So here we are, Hucking Tor. It's rocky, loads of pillar mounds. Looks like we could get a tent up here. Just there, maybe. Hucking Tor though is it's a very wide, pretty flat tour. I say pretty flat, it's more it's a horizontal tour. It's a bunch of boulders on top of a hill, but unlike say Dixon Tor over there, which is a great big tower of rock, Hucking Tor is more of an open expanse. Blown over here. I tried visiting Vixen Tor a few weeks ago, but there is a wall along the bottom here, all the way around, with signs handwritten in red paint saying no public access. Very wrong turn like, you know. Step in there, hills have eyes.
I'm coming, Papa.
Probably get chopped up. So I didn't try it. I want to. One day I might venture in there. Not today. So, our next stop. Just there. I believe that's Feather Tor. Check the map. Okay, check the map. That's Pew Tor. So we're going to head that way. Wait! Whoa! Bloody hell! You're right there, mate? That over there is Feather Tor. Smack bang in the middle. Oh, bloody hell. We came over that. We didn't even realise. A bit like the time when I went to the Staple Tours and went over Little Staple Tor and didn't realise. So we're headed to Pew Tor, and we're going to take a look at Pew Tor Quarry as well when we get there. So we're just coming up to the top of Pew Tor. It's actually a really short walk today. We're going to have loads of time to kick around, unlike the last time we went out when we arrived as it was going dark. But still, doesn't matter. Sit and chill, set our tents up, go for a wander, do what we like really. We've got the whole day. Pew Tor, windy, but beautiful. It's quite a massive tour. Wait! Oh. Fucking hell! So the wind just blew me over. Luckily I managed to drop to my ass quickly because we've got quite a drop down there. It's a bit dangerous really, a bit stupid to be up this high. I'm sure I might get a bit of criticism in the comments for that. It's a bit windy up there. Nearly died. Well, that would have been one for the books, wouldn't it? Lovely tour. Probably going to camp up here. But first, we're going to go on and have a look at the quarry.
Let's go.
Let's go to the quarry. So, up on Pewtor, due to its druid heritage, there's a little spot called the Seat of Judgment, which we believe we've just found. Right there. So, I'm going to go up and have a gander and sit down and see how comfy it is. I reckon it's probably, just guessing, not as comfortable as my chair. No, it's not. It's wonky as hell. I'm falling over on it. Oh, there we go. Seat of Judgment. I feel like a druid priest. Is it? Was it priests? Druid priests? Druid wizards? I feel like a druid warlock. That's kind of a cool type. Druid warlock. Probably because I've got a silly hat on. Got a new bit of kit here.
Yeah.
Got one of those Optimus windshields.
Oh, yeah.
Just clip onto the bottom of the gas can.
Nice.
I haven't tried it yet. Huh. That's quite neat.
That's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much is that?
I think it was, I ain't got a clue. Less than 20 quid because I'm a cheapskate. More than a tenner because it was expensive.
Most of my bag is my coat.
Sorry?
So most of my bag is taken out with my coat.
What coat are you bought? Like a London Parker or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'm not going to get cold tonight. That was pretty chilly last time.
So I got my waterproof jacket in there. I've got my new orange jacket that I got from Millets and Black Friday sale, 20 quid. And I've got this. And this is, like I say, it was like 9 quid from Lidl. And
That's
it
good,
is
isn't it?
fantastic.
You don't need to spend the earth, do you?
No. Oh shit, that's hot. And then we've just decided to go for a wander because we've got a bit of time to kill. We're actually going in the opposite direction of the first quarry that we visited. We still might make our way back there. We've got some time, but we're actually trying to find somewhere that is going to be a little bit more sheltered from that easterly wind. It's set to get quite strong later, and obviously with wind, comes a temperature drop. We prefer not to have a temperature drop. So since we got the time, I'm just going to wander around and see where else we can find. No hurry. We've got an hour and 15 minutes to find somewhere. We should be good. Feather tour in the wind. Not blown away like an actual feather. Lovely tour though. Hey Ash, take a look at Pewtor behind you. Doesn't that look smart? Hacking tour where we started off. Feather tour where we crossed over and didn't even realise we were here. But in all fairness to us, we came up from the other side. If the wind was coming from that direction, we'd have a lovely spot here. But it's not. It's coming in from this direction, which means this is a very exposed area. So we've decided to be a bit adventurous, and we're actually going to go from here. We're going to go to Middle Staple tour. We've got an hour to get all the way up there. I don't know if you can even see that on the screen. Yeah, we've got an hour before sunset. Well, actually 55 minutes. Pretty confident we can do it. So it'll be a nice little challenge. We're going to go do that. I'll bring you back when we're probably there. Whoa. Because, well, quite frankly, we've got a lot of ways to go. Little Miss tour, been here before. It's little. Merry Christmas! We got tinsel, we got lights, and we're freezing cold. But we got all set up. We ended up camping out at Great Staple Tour tonight. It's the best place for a bit of shelter from this horrendous wind that we've had. So yeah, I got my tinsel on because it's Christmas. Got my lights on. Look at them, aren't they pretty? God, they were a nightmare to put up. But hey. Right now the temperature out here is, don't know if you can see that, but 4 degrees centigrade with humidity of 94%. It is freezing. Well, technically no, it's not. It's nearly freezing. Oh. So, as is the norm, I'm in my Lanshan 1 Plus. There it is. Looking all Christmas. And Ash has got his brand new Fjallraven. What was it? Fjallraven Abisko Light 1. I don't know if you can see that here. Let me just turn my head torch on. There we are. Stunning bit of kit. Lots of condensation building up on the outside already. That's going to freeze tonight. Ash, are you happy?
I'm happy.
He's
Really
happy.
It's my one tent. It's the last tent.
It's your last tent.
Yeah.
Ash is wearing his full winter gear. I'm pretty certain he's probably brought his bathrobe with him as well to keep him warm and toasty inside later. Me, I'm quite warm as I am, actually. I've still got the same jacket on. I have bought my Peter Storm Blisco synthetic insulated down wannabe jacket with me. Put that on later when it gets a bit cold. But yeah, we're up here on Great Staple Tour, and unfortunately I missed the sunset because I was faffing around with my Christmas lights. But it was beautiful. It was stunning orange glow over the horizon. It was absolutely lovely. So I think it's time we thought about dinner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dinner time. What have you got, Ash?
I've got a fire pot chili con carne with rice.
Fire pot chili con carne with rice. And I've got a Wayfarer, yep, for the first time in many, many months. A Wayfarer boil in the bag, chili and rice. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like we've earned our dinner today. So our original plan was to visit Feather Tor. I'm going to get back in the tent. Oh. So our original plan was to visit Feather Tor and Heckwood Tor. I think it's Heckwood Tor. Pew Tor Quarry, which we'd done, and we had loads of time to spare and we couldn't find anywhere sheltered from the wind. So we decided to head back towards Feather Tor, see what the shelter was like over there, and it was rubbish. For some daft reason I said, hey, let's go to Middle Staple Tor. So we went to Middle Staple Tor, got there and thought, no, we fancy Great Staple Tor, so this is where we've ended up. So we've done quite a bit of a walk today, visited a few tours, ticked a few more off the list, which is great. And yeah, we're all settled. Now I said earlier that I've got a bit of new gear. Well, I have. So first up is, up here, this light, which is also a pump. It's the FlextailGear, I think it's Max. So it's got a light built in and it does pumping up. And it worked really well. I mean, there's plenty of reviews out there online of it. I'm not going to review it. Point is though that for me it's a one bit of gear that does two jobs, and that's the best kind of gear in my opinion. Second thing I've got today is my new head torch. It's the Petzl, I think that's how you pronounce it, Petzl Aptic Core, 450 lumens, and it's got a red light on it as well. I had the, I think it was the Tika before, which is fine, but it's only 250 lumens and I found that it's somewhat lacking. Plus by buying this one I get a rechargeable battery with it, whereas the Tika I had to buy it separately. So now I've got effectively two rechargeable batteries that I'll be able to slap into my pack. Also, the big thing is this baby right here. This is the GearDoctors ApolloAir air mattress, and it's got an R value of 5.2. Now that's not ASTM certified, so I don't know, you know, if it's definitely a 5.2 by the ASTM standard, but my thinking is as long as it's as good as say an R4, then it's perfect for me, because R4 is down to -16. Basically I wanted a mat that was smaller, lighter, and wouldn't require me to bring along my foil sheet with me as well, which is quite bulky in the bag. So I'm going to be sleeping on this baby tonight. It's a little bit noisy, but it should be fine. So there we go. That's my new bits of kit. That's my new bits of kit. I'll let you know about the mat in the morning, see how it was, but I'm going to do a full review of it later on. But it's definitely a good, hopefully, winter mat that will see me through all seasons. That's the idea behind it. Oh, by the way, it weighs less than 500 grams as well. And it packs tiny. It's packed smaller than my Unigear Campy P3. So hopefully it's nice and comfortable. 3 inches, 3.2 inches high, R5.2. That's what I'm most interested in. So R5.2 in a small package sleep mat. Get on. Right, time to get some grub on. I'm starving. Well, time's about 8 o'clock, and quite frankly, it's too cold to be outside the tent. We have been stood outside, just taking in the sights, and found that our knees were knocking. We're freezing cold. It's not too bad where we are when it comes to wind. It seems to be passing over the top of us since we're right next to the Tor, but it is still very, very cold. Temperature inside the tent is 7 degrees at the moment. Temperature outside of the tent is 3. So yeah, it's definitely time to be spending time in the tent. Pretty tired after the walk today, and having the wind in our face from Pew Tor all the way up to Great Staple was really quite hard going. So I'm looking forward to getting a bit of kip. Looking forward to trying out this new sleep mat, see how this goes. Just lying on it at the moment and I feel quite warm. Inside the tent, on the whole, I feel quite warm. Sure, I've got my jumper on still and I'm inside the Leviathan, but other than that, you know, I would still expect to be cold, and I'm really not. So I'm going to listen to my audio book and get off to sleep. I expect we'll be up quite early in the morning since we're going to be going to sleep very early. Hopefully it'll be a bit warmer and a bit calmer when it comes to the wind in the morning. So unless I have something fantastic to report, like the tent fell over or anything like that, good night and Merry Christmas. Morning campers. It's ridiculous o'clock in the morning. I think it's something like 5 o'clock. Been awake since about 4. I had a pretty bad night's sleep. I was warm enough, and for the most part I was comfortable enough, but where I've pitched my tent, I didn't realise until I got in there that I was on a bit of a slope, and my mat, sleeping bag, everything was moving towards the foot end of the tent all night. So I kept waking up, sort of gathered up at the bottom of my tent, and it was really uncomfortable. Also, because of the small confines of the space in which I pitched my tent, it meant that I haven't got a good pitch. Not helped by the fact that, oh, these are all rookie mistakes. Not helped by the fact that my walking pole slightly collapsed just after I'd got the tent pitched, and despite my best efforts I still managed to go from 125 centimetre height down to around about 115. So the whole tent was sort of like closed in on me, and it was really quite claustrophobic. Something that I need to really rectify next time. Simple case of tightening up the clamps on my walking poles. I should have done it beforehand. They're brand new walking poles and I hadn't done it. Silly me. Anyway, like I said, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and I've got my water on to boil. I'm going to have myself a nice coffee. Really need it because it is bloody cold out here. Currently the temperature I think is at 5 degrees centigrade. In and of itself that's not so bad, but the clag is set in, so the air is extremely damp, humidity is at about 100%. So the cold, damp air, yeah, it's horrible. So I'm gonna have myself a coffee, wait for Ash to wake up. I think he's still dead to the world, bless him. Got most of the tent packed up, everything but my cooking gear, my water, my food and my sleep mat and my fairy lights. So I keep looking down, keeping an eye on the coffee. Yeah, so everything's packed up, so it's going to be pretty simple now when Ash does wake up, just to take down the tent, take down the sleeping mat and get it all packed away. So the sleeping mat itself was lovely and warm. I was really surprised just how warm and comfortable it was. It was thick enough that I wasn't feeling the ground below my hips or my shoulders, which was great. It was long enough that my feet weren't hanging off the edge, mostly. The only times my feet did hang off the end was when the whole thing, including me, was moving down to the bottom of the tent. So that was user error, not a problem with the mat itself. Like I said, lovely and warm. I didn't need my foil blanket underneath it, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. So that's my first impressions, but I'll give it a proper review a few camps down the line. Got to make sure I've got a good solid opinion of it first. Oh, and it's black and green, which I love. Well, there we go. So we're all packed up. Let's do a little bit of leave no trace. There we go, leave no trace, that's where I was. Not that you can really see because the lighting is terrible. And Ash, morning Ash.
Morning.
Was just over there, and he's left no trace either, because we're not dickheads. Wow. A little bit of dickheadedness. So we got night time still, and sunrise isn't for another, what, 2 hours and 15 minutes. But we're going to head off back to the cars now in the dark. And Clag, going to be a bit of fun trying to traverse the tours in this kind of low visibility, but we should be good because Ash has got a new head torch which is as bright as the sun. What is it, 1,400 lumens, and I bought myself a new head torch today, yesterday morning, which was an upgrade from my previous one, and this one's only 450. So I think between us we should be good. So we're going to head off, leave Great Staple Tour behind, and let's just say Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas everyone.
Merry Christmas.
There we go, Merry Christmas. This video should be out before then. Have a great Christmas, stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, and enjoy your winter camps. So I'm back at the car. Ash has already headed off home. We left Great Staple Tour at about 6:25 this morning, and we headed off straight in the direction of Middle Staple Tour. I say straight, we kind of went around in a bit of a circle. I'll put our route up here. In all though, we had a pretty straight run back to the car from Great Staple to Middle Staple and down to the road. It's cold, it's damp, and quite frankly I'm looking forward to heading to McDonald's and get myself a breakfast. I did have a porridge with me, but it was so cold this morning my fingers weren't working, and I really just did not fancy the idea of trying to prepare a meal. So that's the end of the camp. Thank you very much for joining. If you've enjoyed it, please comment, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Really appreciate all of that. Really appreciate all of you. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Have a very Merry Christmas. And if you're out camping, stay safe, stay warm, stay dry. It is very cold out here and it's very easy to suffer. You don't want to suffer. It's not enjoyable when you do that. So until next time, when I'll be camping in the new year, I'll bid you farewell, goodbye, and I'll see you again soon. Bye all.